During the third millennia, in a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover. As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them, as America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how, by refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
And I said, hey, oi, let's chop your penis off. Oi, can I have me penis back? Why do you have dreadlocks, you white oppressor?
Royce Lopez.
Always be aborting. A always be aborting. Always be aborting.
Breaking news.
Breaking news, guys.
You're hearing it only on our show first. Apparently Donald Trump has worked out a deal. He will get the wall. Unfortunately, it's going to be a rock climbing wall.
Oh, no! The other side's going to be a slide. You climb the wall up and you just
lands into a nice, clean, chlorinated pool. And then you immediately get a welfare check. Fucking A.
Oh, shit. He was a boy, he went to girl, now he wants to be a boy again.
Oh, God, just stay a girl if you're going to be this indecisive.
I think Caitlyn Jenner's a handsome woman with a great penis. Look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trannies. I just don't want to put that one's cock in my mouth.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast. Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time, here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce Lopez.
And that's right, two guys switching back and forth between 17 alt and normie accounts. Folks, Wednesday afternoon, it's Revenge of the Cis. Of course, the show that aims to save Western civilization one childish joke at a time. The media insurgency is with you. Mersh, Royce Lopez, what up, dogs?
What's going on, everybody?
They caught old, what's his face?
Bommy McGee, yeah, they got him.
Can Alex Jones sleep tonight?
Yeah.
Probably not.
No. He still doesn't sleep. I don't think there's anything to do with bombings, though.
And let me tell you something. Next time it happens, brother. All right, look, I don't want to fire you, but, have a jacket. Just have one. They have these little the hooks on the back of the car, dude. You just hang one from the back. Always have a jacket, dude.
Just
Owen's still sitting in an office right now.
like, God damn.
You're right. You're right. I'm
right.
sorry. You see Millie? She popped out of the car ready to film. She looked like a goddamn 11. She looked like a goddamn Hollywood 70s actress. Ready to go. You don't even have a jacket, man. You're a grown man, dude.
They caught the bomber,
Why?
and he's dead.
Why is Caval from WWE doing the news?
I don't know.
Begin today in Round Rock, Texas, where police say the suspected serial bomber is dead. Officials say the suspect blew himself up inside his vehicle during a showdown with police this morning. His death ended a dramatic 3 weeks in Texas. 2 people died and others were injured by numerous package explosions. The confrontation with the suspect happened during a pursuit north of Austin. Now, the blast went off as SWAT team members closed in on the suspect. One officer was hurt in the explosion.
This is a live look at the situation outside the.
You think there had to be like one local business owner or like somebody that was like, it was a block away from our billboard.
Yep.
Why didn't it happen by our billboard?
Yeah, 24 years old, white dude. Told you he was a white guy.
I never disputed that. I agreed with you. I said that there's, it's a very white sounding crime. I just didn't want to jump the gun because it's not like we were talking about bombs going off in Vermont or Maine. We're talking about, it was Austin. So we just wanted to wait. But turns out he was right. White guy.
Suspect's house. You can see it's still being surrounded by law enforcement officers. There have been 5 bombings since March 2nd, including just yesterday when a package exploded at a FedEx facility about an hour from Austin. And
I tell people to be careful because they're not sure if he had any other ones out there.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
Yeah.
And because they were blowing up in FedEx facilities. Who knows? Before they pulled him over, he could have went to one of those blue boxes and dropped off a bunch. Yeah, this is, well, at least he's, at least you don't have to worry about him.
That's true.
At least he spared us the expense of a trial and all the media cover, just did it, he manned up.
unexploded package was found at another FedEx facility. Omar Villafranca is in Round Rock, Texas, where police are warning that more bombs could still be found.
Yeah.
This is the culmination of 3 very long weeks for our community.
The suspected Austin serial bomber's reign of terror all came to an end early this morning.
As members of the
Suspected. I mean, no, he's.
Can I just say this though?
Yeah.
I want to in the era of identity politics and purity spiraling, I'd like to apologize on behalf of all white people. This one's on us.
Yeah, we did that.
But hashtag not all whites.
Okay.
So let's just get that out there.
Let's not vilify an entire race.
Yeah, this is a fringe, small percentage.
Yeah.
Of certain people that do these sort of things.
Right. Let's not turn this into stereotypes.
If it was a truck with a much more powerful bomb in it, we'd be talking different people here. But
Yes, we would.
This was on us. We're all gonna own this collectively, but let's try to move on.
The Austin Police Department SWAT team approached the vehicle. The suspect detonated a bomb inside the vehicle.
Our CBS affiliate in Austin obtained these surveillance photos that show a person of interest. It's believed he dropped off 2 suspicious packages at a South Austin FedEx office.
The terrible wig. That's what I get. Even in this grainy footage, they're like, he's wearing a wig. So you know that poor dude at the desk is even just like, what is
this, man?
How did they not catch the box beforehand? Like, that's what I don't understand. Is like, guy with a weird wig comes in and he's like, hey, brah, just
walking
dropping off
really,
some packages."
really slowly.
And you're like, yeah, and putting them down very gingerly. And you're like, that's a costume store wig. What are you doing? Wouldn't you immediately call the police and go, there's a guy in here in a wig and he's get these weird boxes?
I'm not going to deliver them, I don't think.
It's unclear if this is the man found by police.
He's wearing gloves. He's wearing Artie Lang diabetes gloves.
What's
that about?
Yeah.
If this is the man found by police. Earlier Tuesday, investigators found those packages containing explosives at 2 separate FedEx facilities near Austin and
Which means they were delivered at least to another facility.
San Antonio. One package detonated. It was addressed to a home in Austin. One person was hospitalized. The other package was recovered intact. Tuesday evening, a massive police force responded to another reported explosion.
We're going to be attempting to move people away from the building.
But it turned out to be a false alarm. An employee at a Goodwill store was burned by a flare as he sorted through a box of donations. The bombings left the city on edge since they began on March 2nd.
Dude.
By the way, burned by a flare is extremely unpleasant.
Mm-hmm. And it should also be the name of Ric Flair's autobiography.
All the bombings, except the latest at the FedEx facility north of San Antonio, were within Austin city limits. 39-year-old Anthony House was killed in the March 2nd bombing. 17-year-old Draylon Mason was killed on March 12th when a package bomb exploded in his kitchen.
For the families in our community who lost loved ones or who had loved ones seriously hurt in these incidents, our heart remains with you.
Can I ask a question? Why is it that all these crazy people who murder people, why are the victims always like good people? Like you could just tell those were like good, clean-cut black guys, like just from their photographs, and it's never, nobody ever fucking mails a bomb to a fucking trap house or fucking, you know what I mean, or a gang, you know, whatever, like a bikers, like what do you call it, clubhouse. Nobody ever does that. They always bomb some nice, clean-cut kid who's coming home and he's like, oh, I get something from Amazon. Boom. Like, it's just fucked up, man.
Well, CBS News correspondent Omar
That's fucking low-key, man.
Yeah. Well, he's got a job at least.
That's good. That's good to see. And he's not taking bumps, so God bless him.
Yeah, I don't think there's any motive either, like, at least from what I've seen so far.
But again, this falls into, I'm going to be fair here. Now, on this show, we make fun of everybody, you know, the city folk and all the minorities and what have you. This is a white guy thing this time. I feel like I got to be fair here. 24-year-old, frustrated, unemployed white kid. Do we really need, it's like when a Muslim runs over a crowd of people. Are we really going to hang out and wait for a press conference about the motive? Was he wearing a fucking one of the things with the thing? All right, we know why he did it. Do we need a whole report on it? He's an angry young white guy. I feel like we don't even need an explanation as to why he was manning package bombs. Whiter age.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to see.
I'm just being, look, I'm not going to deny that I make some racist humor and jokes on the show, but when fair's fair, when it's your own guys, I got to make fun of the white guys.
Yeah.
This is a white guy crime. We're pretty terrible people.
And he didn't even do the Ted Kaczynski thing. Like, it doesn't feel like there was a message or a motive.
This kid does have, he did have some sort of a blog.
Uh-huh.
I don't have the link in front of me, but I do have a screenshot that I took earlier when I was reading his blog. There's a blog purported to be by this kid when he was in school. In school, I guess they required you to have a blog for a while.
I guess.
But this is according to a source that it was a pretty reputable. I forget. It was an NBC or a Fox. I went to a real news source, and they referred me to this blog. They linked right to it.
Defining My Stance?
That's the one.
Yeah, Turlita sent it. His post from May 11, 2012.
That's the one I had.
Why gay marriage should be illegal. Okay.
Well, you know, I'm saying.
My view on free abortions.
He's
why we might want to consider doing away with sex offender registry.
I feel like this guy was a beautiful, perfect specimen, a pure specimen of white guyness. There is no explanation other than, you know, some white guys go crazy and want to outlaw all kinds of gay marriage and blow people up. Just saying.
My view on free abortions.
What is his view on free abortions? Because I never actually read that one. I have the gay marriage should be illegal one in front of me.
In her post on contraception, Julianne Sorlito makes the argument that all women should be given preventative medicine, aka abortions, free of charge regardless of their walk in life. I disagree. First, if a woman does not want a baby or is incapable of taking care of one, she should not participate in activities that were made for that reason. Second, if we're going to give women free abortions? Why not give men free condoms or the like? Is it not up to the couple to take these preventive measures? This is just my view on the subject.
You can get free condoms.
But if you can't provide for a child, then don't have sex.
You can get free condoms. You can get free condoms almost anywhere. If you go to any medical facility in America, you can go to a free clinic and say, I'm going to go have sex with a diseased hooker. And they'll give you a grocery bag full of free condoms. Trust me, there's plenty of programs and money for free condoms. I have one here for the gay marriage.
Sure.
In response to Ms. Sweet's posts about why gay marriage should be legal, there are a couple things wrong with your argument that I would like to correct. First, falling in love is a choice. When you fall in love, you become infatuated with your significant other, and you will eventually fall out of love. This guy sounds like he had a healthy idea of relationships, commitments. Like, probably had no abandonment issues whatsoever. Second, yes, the government should tell them whom they can and cannot marry, but we shouldn't even have this problem. Homosexuality is not natural.
Jesus, dude.
Oh, boy. Disclaimer, this is the fucking the blowy up kid, not us.
Yeah, obviously. This, again.
But these motherfuckers now, man, they get you out of context.
Again, this is no fucking Ted Kaczynski. This is no manifesto. That's for sure.
This kid is a dummy.
He's not a smart man.
He's a frustrated dummy.
He's not a smart gentleman.
Ted Kaczynski was a frustrated but methodical man.
Correct.
This is a frustrated young dummy. And then he goes on to say, just look at the male and female bodies. See, this guy's making arguments that, like, remember on Howard Stern, that guy Daniel Carver that used to come on, the KKK guy?
Yeah.
He sounds like one of those guys. Well, it's not Adam and Steve, it's Adam and Eve. Look at the bodies, man. You got an input and an output. And that is God telling you the homosexuals should be murdered. Like, what? But yeah, so this, and he goes on to say the same thing. They're designed that way and up. Obviously a brilliant kid.
Want to have fun? Read the comments.
I've read the comments. This kid, I don't think they're gonna glorify him too much.
No.
Here's why. This kid is the epitome of the banality of evil. Like, he's just one of these people that's the only thing interesting about this kid is gonna turn out to be the bombings.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be.
He ain't gonna be no Elliot Rodger, who at least had horrendously amazing, awful, cringe vlogs that people saved that were amazing. This kid's just, I think queers shouldn't be queer, and you shouldn't be able to get married, and you shouldn't be able to put your
Pretty
penis.
much any conversation, you're over here to Walmart.
It's just, oh fuck. Yeah, if you go to any, go to like a really, really blue collar shitty bar in a really trashy town on like a weeknight, and this is the conversation you'd overhear. It just ain't natural, man. You don't put your dick in another man's butthole. It's against God's nature.
Speaking of God's nature,
And you're like, guys, could you keep it down? It's an Applebee's.
yeah, please, my kid's here.
It's his birthday.
Yeah, we were. Oh God, I gotta tell. Okay, so let me tell you a fun personal story. You're gonna like this one, Mike.
All right.
So on St. Patty's Day, my parents were in town, so we went out to go eat dinner. We go to a restaurant, and it's a nice restaurant. It's a nice steakhouse. It's Charlie's Steakhouse. So sitting there, it's me, my wife, then my mom and my dad, and we're just having dinner, and right next to us, there's a group of old, like 60s, 70s, but construction, all in construction, you could tell, guys, they're hammered. Okay. Behind them is a man, mid-30s, his wife, and his daughter. His daughter's maybe 10 years old. So we're sitting there, we're eating. All of a sudden, this drunk fat guy who knows them walks in and he says, "Oh, motherfucker, Vernon!" And starts fucking just, I'm talking, just going up. And
these new money niggas just coming in, ruining people's meals.
It was just cursed. So then my dad's a hothead, gets angry, and he's like, the fuck? He makes eye contact with the guy at the table over there. The guy was also fighting with his wife because she was telling him, leave him alone. But he was like, no, my kid's here. So you see a lot of, no, hey, that's my kid. She doesn't have, this is Disney. My kid doesn't have to hear this stuff. So then, at the end of dinner, the guy goes to leave, and my dad looks and goes, "Hey, I agree with you." And they walk up and they continue to talk shit about these guys while the whole group is behind them. They all gingerly walk away. It was really, really bad. And I felt so bad for the kid because the kid's like, "I don't give a fuck. I just want to leave."
Yeah, and I mean, isn't there? I don't know. Why was a kid there anyway? Isn't that a nice restaurant?
It is a nice restaurant.
You're more likely to encounter drunks than I would be likely.
I don't think so. Not that place.
Were they that drunk? Were they being that like fucking?
They were being bad. Like you would have been like, dude, fucking calm down a little bit, you know? And again, we weren't at a fucking Irish pub. But
yeah, and I mean, I get it's St. Patrick's Day, but that's why you do the dinner and then you go, you know. That's probably why too, because your parents always eat super late.
Yeah, that's
so you
true.
guys were probably out a little later at St. Pat's. I'm just saying, they were definitely in the wrong. However, going out on St. Patrick's Day
I
night
know.
and expecting to have any
I
kind
know.
of a peaceful meal is probably a
well, it was a lot of this. It was a lot of my mom saying, "Just calm down. Who cares? They're drunk." And my dad like, "No, fuck these guys. Who the fuck do they think they are?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, I just want to eat."
Yeah, it's plus I'm not like I don't get that. I never understood it. I'm not really particularly a rowdy drunk. I've never really been. I'm a rowdy cocaine user. Like you start getting me some blow and some booze, I'm like, yeah. But for the most part, I don't. You're right. I'd probably be like, "What are they doing? Calm down." Like I get it.
Yeah.
Drinking's fun, but just cool it.
You got to understand something about my dad. He's a hothead, and he's literally been on a hotel's list, internal email saying a disgruntled customer, because he has a very, very short fuse and puts up with no shit. I mean,
he wasn't allowed in that one spot, right?
yeah, well, okay. He almost got into a fist fight with a male nurse in a hospital. And to be fair, it was a fair thing. They called my dad and they said my grandfather had cancer. And it turns out before they did any scans or tests. So of course everyone's freaking out. Then you find out, oh no, we messed up. His kidneys are fine. And then my dad walks up to the nurse and goes, "How do you do that? This and that." And he's freaking out. And then the male nurse comes up to him and says, "You wouldn't say that to me outside." And my dad's like, "What the fuck? Let's go outside, right?" Mind you, my dad's 57. What the fuck? What did you say, man? Security comes up. They have him in the room. They lock the door behind them. Security locks the door behind them like a Bronx Tale, swear to God. And
I just can't leave.
Yeah. And my dad goes, "No, we're fucking leaving now. You're going to stop me?" And they go, "No, we're not going to." All right. So they had to let him out. They had to escort him out of the hospital. So if you wonder why I'm fucked up.
Why would that dude say that though? Like that's just you're just asking for fucking trouble.
I have one word for you. Jacksonville.
Oh.
Everything in Jacksonville is like that,
It's
including
dope.
the hospitals.
Everything in Jacksonville's dope, you mean?
It's bad. Jacksonville gets the worst parts of Georgia and the worst parts of Florida. They all meet in Jacksonville.
You know, did you know this? A little known fact at the hospitals in Jacksonville, their cafeterias are actually strip clubs.
That's for money purposes. That makes sense. You
Yeah,
know?
they just franchise it out.
That's perfect.
Oh man. Oh, so I got I'll bring it up on the air. I got threatened by this guy.
Go ahead.
From the website last night because of if you guys haven't checked out revengeofthesis.com, and you should because it's a great website. There was a couple nights ago, this kid fucking ate a Caltech KSG shotgun to his face, and he live streamed it on YouTube. And he live streamed it, like legit blew his head off, and then like the live stream just ran like while his mom found him. It is one of the craziest videos ever. Now, I obviously, knowing that's a shocking video, I would never host or have anything to do with that video.
No.
But, you know, a nigga needs some clicks so we could eat, you know what I mean? Get some people on the site. So I wrote an article about it, and I placed a link to the video. Well, I guess the kid's family is now going fucking, just going on a spree threatening everybody. And they're like, "Oh, we will contact police if," and I'm like, dude, you can't. I'm like, there's other websites that have your kid's name.
Yeah.
And like your address, and they doxed you. I'm like, we wrote an article, we linked to a BitChute video. I think this dude thinks that we are the ones that uploaded the video.
No.
So I'm
Of
just
course not.
I'm just putting it out there for you people in the audience. Do I download videos like that just in case off-site? Yeah, because you don't want the eventually silencing freedom of speech. But I refuse to host videos and shit like that. But between you and me, when I write an article and I say, dude blows his face off, I'm going to get you that link. Like, I'm not a dick tease. It's not clickbait. But don't think, if anybody out there thinks we would never host or have anything to do with it. It just popped in my head because I saw the thing on the email and I was like, oh boy.
You did. We did host this one though, and
This one.
is.
This was beautiful.
Okay. So you want to set this up before I hit play the International House of Pile Drivers? So
International House of Pancakes in a lovely city, Memphis, Tennessee, which is not very nice. If anybody who knows Memphis, it's pretty ghetto. 3 ladies fought the manager, who was, I guess, a Middle Eastern gentleman, and he fought them 3-on-1 after an argument over some silverware. I'm sure people
over some silverware.
Yes, I'm sure people in the chat room can probably make their own assumptions as to the demographics of these ladies, but we could probably show as things heated up. We got a little footage.
Okay, let's see. Bam. Oh shit! Oh!
Get some. Get some.
Pile driver! Oh!
Oh! Yeah, and then he hits it with a Mike Awesome chair shot.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Oh! Fuck out of here. Get that weak shit out of his house.
I gotta see the pile driver again. That was fucking too good. Hold on, it's right around here. Okay.
Oh my God. He is broken in half. Well, obviously. Now I looked it up. What's funny is I guess IHOP's in trouble.
Yeah, you think?
Well, no, not this IHOP in general. I just mean IHOP because I Googled IHOP when I wrote this article. And I guess there's a waitress getting accused at another IHOP of telling black teenagers that they have to prepay for their meals because they're, quote, high risk. And I was like, yes.
Okay,
they kind of are. And I would look, if you guys want to do this, I'm all about age discrimination. I'm not so much a big fan of race discrimination. So we'll make it fair. All teenagers need to prepay for things because they're pieces of shit. Can we agree there?
Yes.
That's not racism.
Because do you want to see a woman, a waitress or waiter get completely depressed? Watch them if they have a table full of teenagers. In general, that is one of the most miserable experiences. I know even when I was like 16 years old, I used to feel bad going to places with my friends at 16 because I know they're not going to like us. They're not going to treat us well because they're going to think we're not going to tip or anything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the diner trips in New York, 'cause there's always 24-hour diners. And those diner trips were, like, if I could go back to those places and find those old waiters and waitresses and cooks, I would give them more money now and be like, I'm so sorry. We were such a pain in the dick. But we weren't throwing chairs and fucking doing, John Cena moves.
Okay, one more time? I have
Sure,
to see it
absolutely.
one more time.
Bro, he fucking deflected that chair shot so well, picked it up, and then he fucking hurls it at her. Like, that is an ECW chair throw. It was amazing. Right to the foot. They were done after that. They had to fall back, retreat.
Yeah, at this point.
She's still trying. Bro, he doesn't even... That motherfucker is so hulked up. Chair shot didn't even affect him. I got everything on camera. I don't have to pay for my meal, though, right?
And just fucking walk out. And she fills her purse with the blueberry syrup.
I would actually probably, usually when I go to a place like that, I get something and then I usually get something to go. Mm-hmm. So that would be awkward for me because I'd be like, I know this is weird, but.
By the way, the pile driver, the form wasn't great. If we're gonna be 100%. He didn't protect his neck.
No, but he obviously needs to. He's rough around the edges. Maybe I think NXT could use him.
Yeah,
I think that WWE should at least look at him for developmental and start training the guy. No! It's a hell of a finisher move.
Ah!
Yeah, it's a hell of a finisher move.
Ah, God!
But the fucking bitch had it coming,
and that would be the name of it, the IHOP.
You know, that bitch just doesn't. How dare you? You get what you fucking, you get what you put in. You wanted to be fucking tough. You wanted to be a bad bitch.
No.
Yeah. Bah! Baka King!
Oh, that was a great video.
I want to go eat at that IHOP. And I want to meet
I want that table. I want the table where the pile driver happened.
You think it'll be...
There should be a plaque on it.
Do you think there'll be an uptick in business because of this?
Yeah, they probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where the pile driver happened.
Yeah, I think people would be going, let's go to that IHOP with the thing.
So, want to see what happens in Kosovo during their...
I mean, no, but sure.
Kosovo opposition MPs used tear gas inside the parliament to disrupt the session. It's a parliament session. Look at the gas mask. Walking in the gas mask. Hey, caller, who's this?
Yo.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Who's this?
I'm good. This is Maxwell.
What's up, dude?
So I hear you covered Dan Schneider.
Yeah, I mean, we have.
Yeah, we have.
Dan Schneider. We're not currently talking about Dan Schneider, though. We don't have anything new on Dan Schneider.
Did you guys ever find out that stuff is true?
I mean, everything we said on the show is true. It wasn't like...
Yeah, one know what I found weird, dude? That ruined my childhood. The thing with the foot fetish. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't make any of that up. We certainly...
No, it's all people that contacted us.
Yeah, and we vetted
Yeah,
them.
I was watching one of your videos, and then I seen the number. I was like, oh, shit. Let me see what that is.
We're a hit, Royce. What can you do?
I know, no, I get it. I get it. It's just funny that you happen to call us while we're live. Talking about something. Yeah, you're on the air. We're talking about something else.
Here's the problem, right? You're experiencing basically like a time paradox.
Yeah.
Because you're watching a video from probably October, and you're looking at the number, and you called in, but now you've time traveled.
It's like a quantum
5 months into the future.
It's like a quantum leap thing.
And now you're talking to us in the future. But now we can tell you, because you're back there in October.
You're in October.
So spoiler alert, it's now March of 2018, and Dan Schneider's still making shows.
And we can't pretty much, we've kind of hit a brick wall in terms of what as much as we could do.
Damn.
Where are you from? Where are you from, Maxwell?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island? Cool. How old are you?
Yeah. 18.
18. Okay, so that's why it ruined his childhood.
We just have to double check too, right? You're not planning on shooting up any schools or anything.
No, right?
We're
No, hell no. No.
Don't be offended. We're asking everybody person by person, so we
Just
can
to
cover
be
our
safe.
bases.
We just want to be safe.
because the Broward sheriffs have been terrible.
Yeah.
So we just want to.
That's
We ask
crazy,
everybody
dude.
around between 18 and 20. You're not mailing any bombs or nothing. We're just asking because.
Hell no.
All right, good.
Hey, are you gonna vote? Are you gonna vote in 2020? Are you gonna vote in the next election?
Go red.
Yeah.
Who you voting for?
Not Trump.
Oh, you see, there's a problem now. You see, we want to be your friend, but now you have to red pill you. Yeah, especially Rhode Island doesn't really matter. Nah, you voted for the other one. I don't give a fuck.
I think we could take Rhode Island. It's right by Vermont.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter that much, really. It's a very.
You know, every little bit counts, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Every little bit counts.
Hey, Maxwell, are you Hispanic?
No.
Are you white?
Yeah.
Okay, then you should vote for Trump, man. He's gonna hook you up, dog.
Listen, I'll tell you what. You need to get red pilled. You need to look into a local guy. He's from your neck of the woods. Guy by the name of Sam Hyde. He's a hero out there. He's one of the funniest people ever. You should watch $1 Million Extreme World Peace.
Yes, go to YouTube and watch $1 Million Extreme World Peace. There's like a nice 20-minute clip. Watch that, and I think that'll change your mind.
That's a Rhode Island guy.
Yeah.
So wait, what kind of video are you guys doing right now?
We're doing a live show. We're talking about different things. We were just talking about someone getting pile drived at an IHOP.
Yeah, we're all over the map, man. We're all over the place.
What's the name of this channel?
It's Revenge of the Sis. I'll tell you what. Listen, here's what we're going to do, Maxwell.
Hook him up. Hook him up.
Go to revengeofthesis.com, and everything's there. Everything's laid out.
CIS.
Live stuff.
CIS.
News, up to the moment
Uh-huh.
updates.
Yes. Yes. RevengeOfTheSis.com. And you can see what we're all about. All right, Max. All right, Maxwell. We're going to let you go, though. All right, brother?
All right, yeah.
Later, dude.
That was cool talking to you, though.
Nice talking to you,
Bye.
too, man. See, that's what happens because the old shows they do sometimes have the number up there. And people will call. It's happened to me when I'm doing my other show. People will call and be like, "Let's go, Dan Schneider." I'm like, I don't know, dude. That was like 3 months ago.
It's, here's the thing. We will admit that here at Revenge of the Sis, we might have not thought of some things when we started this show. For instance, we used to give out this number like crazy because when 10 people are listening to you and nobody gives a shit, you want anybody to call in.
Call in, of course.
Problem is we blasted the number out so much, and then we got bigger, and then now people watch old episodes, and the number's just blasted out there all the time, and they're like, oh,
what's up?
So our hotline number gets weird. It's just like a regular radio station hotline number now. It's there's always every once in a while somebody's just calling it at a weird hour.
I mean, minus the call screener.
Do you guys have tickets?
How great would a call screener be, right?
Well, I've thought of that. No, I've legitimately thought of us, and that would be great. Look, if we could get this show realistically up to about the $4,000 or $5,000 a month level, which I know is a long ways out. I know that I could get us somebody for very cheap or next to nothing, who we could get to produce and screen calls. The problem is, it costs. We'd have to. I don't know how to get a thing with us. You know what I mean? Like then you got to get a switcher. It's all kinds of shit.
It's things that we have to figure it out. We have to reconfigure the board that we do here. I do all this. I know you guys don't see it, but I do all the actual technical stuff at the same time. If I had somebody to do that, it would free me up so much. Because a lot of times I'm checking the stream, making sure that it's up, making sure that that's up, changing the videos, I don't have a Jamie to go, hey, Jamie, pull that up. I have to pull it up.
Yeah, we need a guy they can do all that stuff. But that's again, it's kind of a long ways out. So we're stuck in an awkward phase where we're big enough that people view our videos a lot, and then they see a number, and then they just call. But we're still too small to really
do anything about it.
What's up, bud?
Hey, what's going on,
How you
brah?
doing?
Which is kind of retro because I mean, out of all the shows up there that's quote unquote we're competing with, nobody really takes calls anymore. You know, not on YouTube anyway. Can you think of somebody else that does?
What takes calls?
Yeah, I mean on YouTube, because what we're doing is kind of old school radio in terms of taking calls. Most people just do the super chat.
Milo
takes calls?
Yeah, he takes
Okay.
calls. And then Cumia, but he's behind a paywall pretty much.
Miles behind a paywall too.
I think Mike David does at Red Bar. I could be incorrect there, but I'm almost positive Mike David does. But there's a handful, but no, this whole new era is just it's a bunch of people on Google Hangouts shouting over each other, and it's weird because with Google Hangouts you can't pot people up and down.
No,
you can't control levels. You can't control the
so bad.
So it's a constant. You have zero control over a Google Hangouts. Whereas with this, it's like like for instance, if we have two people yelling, you can pot one down and go, like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? You're yelling too much. Google Hangouts, it could just be a bunch of people. Like, and you're like,
God,
I don't know what's happening.
Enough.
So, I don't know. We need phones. We need screeners. We need a brand new studio in Manhattan. If you guys want to help us get there,
please.
We just need a couple of mil.
Listen,
we'll do it.
I'll tell you what. Forget a big studio in Manhattan.
A small studio.
I'll take a small studio in Orlando. How about that?
Just trying to get Manhattan.
All right, I guess, but I don't want to state income tax.
Just keep a house here.
Oh, that's right.
So every fucking why do you think New York makes no money? It's also not only are they overtaxed, but even the rich people that they purport to get all this money off of, which is bullshit.
Live in Connecticut?
They all live in Connecticut or Florida.
Yeah.
Because they all have a house in Florida, and they just go, no, I live there. It's my residence. I just work in New York City and make fucking $30 million a year.
Florida plates on their car because it's easier.
No, I've seen, dude, I've knew people in New York that had all Florida everything.
It is cheaper to buy a studio apartment in Florida than it is to pay that's a fucking good point than it is to pay the fucking
I knew
taxes.
motherfuckers that were stockbrokers making money, salesmen, real dudes with money that would go to Florida every November to vote because they couldn't vote in New York elections because they're like, I'm not paying income tax here.
Fuck that
fucking
shit.
Nuts. It's cheaper to buy a plane ticket, take a week off of work during election time, and go, November, I'm going to go to a nice, warm, sunny Florida, hang out for a couple days and vote.
It's like Roger from American Dad says, New York seems like a place you go if you have a lot of money or no money. And I'm kind of in between right now. Because those are the options.
Very good description of New York. And then the worst thing about living in New York and having no money and knowing people that do is like there's such a wealth disparity there. You want to talk about waves of depression? It's like going to visit your more successful friends, and it's, they own like a duplex in Brooklyn, and you're like, Jesus Christ, this is insane. This is not even a possible dream for most people. But then, you and your buddies are all living in a fucking, 2-bedroom, one guy on the couch.
Right. Like half-baked. Sad news for Disney World people. Disney World takes wives off of the auction block on the pirate ride. Okay.
Slave ladies.
Let me explain something. I'm going to show... I have it set up already. I'm going to show the original, and I'm going to show what they changed it to.
Oh, the park. Okay. I thought you were
the
going to
park.
show the movie. I was like, don't show any Disney stuff. We'll get murdered.
No. This is just a camera footage from the park. So this was the... used to be... an auction, and it said auction, and there was a bunch of women.
I hear 6. Who makes it 6?
And now the joke is they're auctioning off this fat broad, right? And the next one in line is this hot redhead.
I'm not sponging for rum. It be gold I'm after. Strike your colors, you brazen wench. No need to expose your superstructure.
Superstructure.
Come on now.
So pirates behind them are chanting, "We wants the redhead." And it says auction the wench for brides, and the women were tied up, rope to rope. Mike was saying, "Look, I'm not saying before the show, I'm not an SJW, but to be fair."
Weigh anchor now, you swabbies. What be I offered for this winsome wench? Stout-hearted.
That was the redhead. And by the way, she could get it.
Yeah.
And now you bitch.
So that was the original. The redhead is still in it, but now she's the lead pirate. No. Yep.
Cracking. The gentlemen want the rum. Don't ya, boys?
Just a sassy female pirate. Listen, we could all agree that the one before.
You know what? I take it back. I want you all to be slaves again.
Now look what they did.
Because this is beautiful. This is an analogy for the battle between men and women in society. You give them a little bit and they go, no. Not only am I not allowed to be a slave, but I have to be the head pirate.
Exactly.
God damn it.
For those that aren't just via podcast, they switched all the women that were tied to like different people.
To co-pirates.
Yeah.
Because, back in the day, right? Let me tell you something, guys. I'm going to admit something that's really gay on this show. But as a kid, one of my really embarrassing obsessions and fascinations was with pirates. I don't know why. I just loved pirates.
It's cool.
Pirate culture, pirate games, all that shit. I used to read books about pirates. Let's talk about women's rights back in the days of buccaneers sailing off into the sunset. It wasn't this. I was okay with, because Royce, here's the thing, Royce and I, again, when we do our prep, we don't like to actually go, here's the whole thing I want to do tomorrow. Because any other person's just like, I knew we were going to do this.
Yeah.
So Royce only brought up last night, hey, did you hear they got rid of the slave girls at Pirates of the Caribbean? And I went, yeah, I'm kind of okay with that, though. Getting rid of the slave girls, I understand. Good message, for kids. But they are trying to dangerously shift gender roles. They're not trying to make men and women equal. That's fine. They're trying to shift gender roles so violently between men and women that women are the superior thing now. And that's just going to fuck the boat of civilization up and throw everybody off of it.
If you think now, when I go on this ride again, I'm not going to scream, "We wants the redhead," loudly and obnoxiously. Wait, but let's hear what the sassy pirate queen has to say.
Marxist bullshit. I'm surprised they didn't fucking make her black.
Cracking. The gentlemen want the rum. Don't ya, boys?
They switch it from "We wants the redhead" to "We wants the rum."
Now, you scurvy scoundrels, do I hear 10? A hen for a 10.
Now, something else that we need to bring up that's been changed. The video doesn't go on, but after this part, there's a part where they have like these two mannequins going around in a circle, like chasing each other. And they all used to be the guy chasing a pirate, chasing a girl. And then the last one was a fat girl chasing the pirate. That was the joke.
That's funny.
That's all
cute.
gone now. Now it's just pirates running around with treasures in circles too. So that was changed a couple years ago. But yeah, the slave auction is gone now too. Now here's the thing. Again, like I said before, I agree with you, Mike. If they would have just, switched the slave auction to something else, fine. But they had to go the full opposite direction, and that is fucking pandering. And by the way, it's pirates. This is what pirates did.
This is that more of that toxic Marxist programming where they're trying to, send that message that, girls are the leaders of the pirates now. And you're like, it's not, I was all in last night when I heard we're removing the slave girls. I was like, I totally get it. It's a kid's theme park. I got it. But now you're telling me, no, we're going to repurpose them and make the chick the pirate leader. Stop it. Hey, I want some rum. Hey, me boys. Shut up.
So you say you'd rather get auction the wench?
Yes.
Okay. Well, see, there you go. There was a lot of things wrong with it, too, because they were also making fun of a fat chick.
I would have loved if she was like, who wants some rum, boys? And you just heard, shut up, ye wench.
Where's the slave auction?
I'll halves me rum when a man hands it to me.
Where are the prostitutes?
Now someone go get me raping hat.
I'm kidding. Every hat is my raping hat. Arr. Okay. So yeah, I mean, at least everything's being all cleaned up.
Yeah, you guys are doing great.
Kids aren't going to be.
Disney is the most insidious, evil corporation in the world, next to maybe Google and Facebook.
You think so?
Well, Facebook's going to go down in the power rankings. Disney's up there, man. As far as like soulless mega corporations go, yeah, Disney's pretty evil. They're not like fucking dumping toxic waste. They're not fucking Terry Silver from Karate Kid 3 evil, but they're evil in their own way.
I do know that here, because, you know, we live in the fucking heart of Disney, and you know, a lot of them, their employees, they treat their park employees and stuff like crap. Like, it's bad.
Well, they should be.
They
should be treated poorly.
The park employees are treated really badly.
Why though? I don't understand.
Well, here's okay. So if you've ever been to Epcot, you know how they have at Epcot the different countries.
Yeah.
Well, the people that work at those countries are always from those countries, which is weird. So you're like, oh, well, what Disney does is it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Business-wise, it's brilliant, but it's evil. They know that a lot of these people overseas, in France, Morocco, wherever, they want to work here and put Disney on their resume. Because over there, that's huge. Having Disney on your resume is humongous.
Oh, yeah.
It is. So what they do is they say, hey, we'll give you a job. Come out here. Come to Florida, have a couple laughs.
Come out to the coast, have a couple laughs.
So they come out. And here's what they do. They're only allowed to live in these apartments that Disney owns. Okay? So it's called the Disney paid internship for a year. So they come out here and they have to live in these apartments that Disney owns, right? They're not free, however. They take the rent out of their paychecks for the apartments, right? These are kids in their 20s, early 20s. They're not allowed to come back unless it's after work, after midnight into their apartment. So they can't party on their days off or anything like that. They get paid minimum wage, and that includes minimum wage, and then they take it out. Now, Disney has amazing bus service. They really do for guests. If you're staying here, they treat you like gold. However, they don't use the same bus service for them because none of these kids have cars. They come from overseas. They use the worst, shittiest local bus service like Transtar or some fucking shit. It's always late, and then they get chewed out if they're at work late. They get written out. It's all illegal, obviously. But to what you're saying, they're not very nice.
That's brutal,
Yeah.
man.
It's fucking brutal.
And I don't get it, man. I've worked at a handful of places in my lifetime that treated people well, and it's like I never understood the idea of saving a couple of pennies, but having this being so wholly disliked by the people who like you, who work for you. It seems weird to me. I've worked in places where I felt more compelled to do well because they just treated you well, and you were like, "Hey, they're good guys."
Disney is like, but like it's like we talk about with Google. It's like, yeah, but where else are you gonna go? Like Disney, like you said, they own everything. Where else are you gonna go? Like even you come here, right? People bring their kids, and I'm little kids. Yeah,
They probably hold your visa like a pimp.
Yeah. You bring their kids. And what are you going to tell? Where are you going to go to? Universal, Busch Gardens? No, your kid wants to go to Disney, Just now they started charging for overnight parking at the hotels. People are going to pay it. And over here in Orlando, and get ready because they're going to try it over there. They have a competition for Uber and Lyft called minivans, which is spelled MINNIE, like Minnie Mouse. So they're called minivans. It's exactly like Uber, but more expensive. But this is the selling point.
Why?
This is the selling point. Well, I'll tell you why. Because a Disney cast member is going to be driving, so you don't have to worry about an Uber driver killing you. I swear to God, like that's the selling point. And they only take you within Disney, and it's a minimum of $25 no matter where you go.
A Disney cast member is just as capable of raping and
Most
murdering
Disney's cast members are Uber drivers.
I know a Disney cast member. Mm-hmm. He's a mess. Mm-hmm. He's a fucking mess, and he's really professional, and he's really good at what he does, and he's very talented, and he keeps his good veneer on. But he's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
And if you told me that this person killed some young woman, I'd probably be like, meh.
Yeah,
probably.
It's and on top. Oh, by the way, a minivan, they will take you to the airport. $150.
An Uber will take you there for like fucking 30.
I know.
What is the? I mean, am I getting like fucking?
There's people that are into Disney in the same way people are into Apple. They'll pay for everything Disney.
Are they carrying my bags all the way to the fucking terminal for me?
They fucking better. They blow you on the way there.
I can smoke in the van, shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, no, none of that.
That's dope.
You
Then
probably
I'll
can't
pay.
even eat or drink in the vans.
But no, I'm going to. I'm going to eat a rotisserie chicken, an entire rotisserie chicken, and smoke a cigar in your van. If you're going to charge me that much money,
$150 one way, by the way. One way.
I'm having, dude. If I pay $150 for a van to drive in, it's so I can have sex in the van that I'm getting a ride in. That is the only. I can't think of any universe where somebody went, I'm going to take you to the airport in this van. It costs $150. Okay, I can fuck my chick in this van.
Yeah, you'll hear Mike say, "We wants the redhead,"
and even then they'll be like, "Yeah," and I'd be like, "Tell you what, 125. Yeah, you're 125. I can fuck in the van." I'd still be trying to Jew them down a little bit.
All right.
City folk them down.
We have to go to break.
We do have to go to break. Folks, you know the drill. Tell your friends about our fine program. Help us, get the word out. Word of mouth. It's the only thing we can rely on anymore. RevengeOfTheSis.com/donate. You got PayPal, you got Venmo, you got Patreon is the most important one. Also, guys, you've been listening to the show. Everyone who listens to the show shops on Amazon. If you go to our donate page, you will see Amazon banners, product listings. Click on them. Doesn't matter. Just click on them first, then do your own shopping, and it'll help us out. We'll get a couple of bucks, have a couple of laughs. What else? Like, subscribe, share, rate us 5 stars on Facebook and iTunes.
Just put in the code Alex10.
It came too fast.
We'll be back. Second hour.
Apologize.
From a very already low price of $250 for every 4 capsules.
Hey folks, this is Jay Leno, the star of the hit film Collision Course, and I'd like to take a moment out there and talk to you about the very real dangers posed by Zionism in this country.
I was riding around on my motorcycle out there in the Arizona desert when I was kidnapped by a UFO and sexually assaulted by aliens.
Show me how you suck a guy's cock. The last time I'm gonna ask you.
From all of us here at Revenge of the Sis, we'd like to thank each and every one of our friends and fans for helping us become one of the fastest growing breakout shows on the internet. In less than 1 year, we have been able to bring you news before it breaks, as well as the funniest and most consistent political and social commentary around. Here are some ways you can help us continue to grow our brand. Sign up as a contributor by going to patreon.com/We're Not Sorry and pledging a monthly amount. Anyone who pledges $12 or more is eligible for occasional giveaways and prizes. And if you pledge $25 or more, we will promote your brand or product live on our show. We understand if you are unable to commit to a monthly recurring donation, but if you would like to contribute one time, you can do so by going to paypal.me/We're Not Sorry. Another unique way to help our show expand while also promoting your own brand or service is by modeling one of our shirts. Go to teespring.com, search for Revenge of the Sis, and you'll find plenty of options to choose from. Take a picture of you modeling our shirt and email it to revengeofthesis@gmail.com. That is revengeofthecis@gmail.com. Be sure to include a web address or a social media account for whatever you want us to promote, and we will feature you on an episode of our show. Since YouTube is now throttling our traffic and Twitter has us shadow banned, there are many other ways you can help without giving us a dime. Every time you invite a friend to like our Facebook page, retweet or share a meme from our social media accounts, or share one of our videos to your own pages, you are helping us to get discovered by more like-minded individuals who will join our ranks and help us grow. Rate us 5 stars on Facebook, Roku, and iTunes. Encourage others to follow @ROTC Media on Twitter. You can also help ROTC by supporting friends of our show, such as LA Werewolf, Connecting Right Radio, Radical Mothering, Folklore Americana, the Mad American Network, Wolfman's Activism and Entertainment, and the Revolutionary Conservative. Find all of these links and more by going to our brand new website, revengeofthesis.com.
It was $6 billion.
In a world where our very way of life seems to be under attack from all sides, and our freedoms are slowly being ripped away, Guns for Tards is fighting the good fight to help protect America from its enemies by advocating Second Amendment rights for our nation's most vulnerable and often overlooked citizens, the mentally challenged. Our founding fathers believed that a well-armed, trained, and educated citizenry was the key to a free and prosperous society. But Meatloaf also said 2 out of 3 ain't bad. We believe that Tards are our second-to-last line of defense against ISIS, and we at Guns for Tards aim to provide the means and the programs to give proper training and resources to Tards in your area, helping to make the country a safer place. There are over 40 million mentally challenged Americans living today, and by 2020, we plan to arm at least 10% of them. We want to get as many guns in the hands of as many Tards as we can, but we won't be able to do it without your help. So please, pledge your help today. Arm a Tard. It's not that hard. Go to www.gunsfortards.com for more information, or follow us on Facebook or Twitter by searching for Guns for Tards.
Gunsfortards.com. Gunsfortards.com. Extra rounds for folks with downs, helping to protect your town. Gunsfortards.com.
Do you sometimes feel irritable, restless, uneasy, sad, normal, or just plain not high? Maybe it's time to try crack. Crack may cause shivers, night terrors, gay for pay, heart palpitations, homicidal paranoia, or the sensation that you're on fire. Peeing blood and seeing friends' faces as talking skeletons are possible side effects of crack. People who use crack may also experience 5 to 7 years in prison where brutal raping may occur. If you experience one or more of these side effects, consult your dealer. You may need more crack. Crack. Isn't it time you see what all the fuss is about?
Second hour, Revenge of the Sis. Thanks for joining us. Go to revengeofthesis.com for all the latest news, ways to donate, a whole bunch of other fun stuff.
We got some fresh OC up there every day for you.
Yep.
New articles all the time. I'm trying to stay ahead of the game.
Stay ahead of the curb, as the kids say. So yeah, Zuckerberg is apparently in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
To sum it up, there was this group called the Cambridge Analytica, and they did research for Donald Trump's campaign. Data research. Well, now they're saying that a lot of people's personal information was given to them without their consent. However, this is how every internet thing works. Facebook should be covered by, I'm telling you, Facebook covered because all their stuff says that we're going to use your stuff for this or that. I mean, that's how they make money.
Here's the problem. Mm-hmm. From what I understand of the situation, and this is how it was explained to me, was that the way Cambridge Analytica, however they compiled their information, some people did sign up for it or whatever. It was the friends of the people who were initially identified as being like, part of the Cambridge Analytica thing. So it was more like all you had to do was be friends with. It was almost like a virus. Like you almost had to only had to be friends with somebody on social media for your information to also get collected.
I understand. So
that's why I think they're getting in a little more trouble because it's not within their privacy policy. From what I'm hearing, could be bad.
Well, Mark Zuckerberg put a really long response up just an hour ago on Facebook.
First off, I'd like to start by saying I'm not a robot.
I want to share an update on the Cambridge Analytica situation, including the steps we've already taken and our next steps to address this important issue. We have a responsibility to protect your data, And if we can't, then we don't deserve to serve you. I've been working to understand exactly what happened, and how to make sure, excuse me, this doesn't happen again. The good news is that most important actions to prevent this from happening again today were already taken. And yet, taken years ago. But we also made mistakes. There's more to do, and we need to step up and do it. Here's a timeline of events. So then he goes down through the whole timeline. Third, we want to make sure you understand which apps you've allowed access your data. And the next month, we will show everyone a tool at the top of the newsfeed with the apps you've used and an easy way to revoke those apps' permissions to your data. We already have a tool to do this in your privacy settings, but now we will put this tool at the top of your newsfeed and make sure everyone sees it. Before, you were hiding it because it benefited you. By the way, if you've ever fucking played Farmville, any of these dumb games, they have all your info. I mean, they do. Every time you use your site, they have the info. Now, I agree with you. If they're getting somebody, your friend's info through you, I don't think it's covered.
That's what I was hearing was, and that was another thing that I wish I had in front of me, but it was wasn't on the Fringe, it wasn't on Poll. I was reading it on a news article that was saying that they may have collected data from friends of friends.
But from what I read, though, they did that in 2012 too for Obama. Something very similar.
But it was okay when they did it for him.
Why?
Because because Trump.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. By the way,
he's a fascist.
My favorite is the way that leftists are turning themselves around on Zuckerberg, because remember, he was an idol for them, and now some of the people that are on my timeline are all like, "Oh, I'm going to prove that Mark Zuckerberg is just a Russian spy." People now on the left are saying that Zuckerberg is a tool of Putin. And
what?
Swear to God.
You understand that the left babyface and heel turns on people more than the Big Show did back in the day?
Yeah.
Just back and forth all the time. Yeah, Assange is a hero. Assange is a traitor, and we should drone strike him. It's like you guys can't keep up with your own bullshit. It's adorable.
You think this is going to hurt him trying to run in 2020?
I'll tell you what it's already hurt was Facebook's fucking stock price 8% plunge yesterday.
Down, yeah.
So it's gonna. Yeah, I don't think he ever has a chance.
Facebook's not going anywhere. The worst. This is what I read. The FTC, if they were to get him, the fine is like $10,000 per incident. It would be billions of dollars for them, and it could bankrupt them. But do I think that's going to happen? No. I don't think so.
It would be great, though.
I would.
I would love nothing more than to watch Facebook and Google get absolutely demolished, just destroyed.
Well, first off, if it were to happen, just somebody would buy it up.
Well, no, I know that, but that's what I mean. But it wouldn't even just be one person. Companies would buy this assets and these assets. It would break things up again. It would do just. I would love to watch Google and Facebook eat their own ass.
Google will probably try to buy it. Remember, Zuckerberg is the one that...
Don't even say that, dude.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Don't even put that evil into the universe.
I'm putting it into the universe because it's the most realistic one. The people who could afford something like that would be Google. Who else?
Remember when they remember Demolition Man when they talked about the franchise wars?
And Taco Bell one.
We didn't realize it was going to be social media and the flow of information.
Damian Scott says, or Amazon. Amazon could buy them.
It's a three-way dance right now. I'll tell you right now, Facebook's nowhere it's pretty big, but it's nowhere near as powerful as the other two. Those other two could fucking annihilate Facebook if they wanted to. But those two are going head to head, and it's like, God, I don't know, man. It's like watching two people you don't like fight each other. It's like, I hope you both kill each other.
But I don't think it will, but who knows? Speaking of Amazon, so everyone knows Toys R Us is out of business. I don't know what news organization said. Oh, Toys R Us says it's because millennials don't buy toys.
Yeah, or they weren't having kids.
Weren't having kids, yeah.
Yeah, they were not having enough kids. Well, you guys gave money to Susan G. Komen, and Susan G. Komen gives money to Planned Parenthood. So what are you going to do?
Yeah. The real downfall, in my opinion, of Toys R Us was like in the 2010 era. I would have to look at the exact date. Toys R Us says, let Amazon fulfill their online orders. So you could buy stuff from Toys R Us, and Amazon would be the one that would deliver it and fulfill the orders for them. This led to their demise Because what happened is people go to Amazon. The Toys R Us online store was basically an Amazon thing, and then Amazon would just put the same product cheaper, but from Amazon, and that's what really did them out. Well,
yikes!
And in I guess what I would call poetic justice, Amazon said to be eyeing some vacant Toys R Us buildings. Amazon has looked at the possibility of expanding its retail footprint by acquiring some locations from bankrupt Toys R Us, according to people with knowledge in the situation.
So you people let this virus in, and then now you're mad that it's killing you.
The online giant isn't interested in maintaining the Toys R Us brand, but has considered using a soon-to-be vacant spaces for its own purposes, said the people who asked not to be identified because the talks are private. Such a move would let Amazon quickly expand its brick-and-mortar presence, coming on the which is funny that Amazon's trying to get brick-and-mortar presence, considering that they destroyed most brick-and-mortar stores.
Yeah, what is it? Whatever. The grocery thing I get, because that's always, call me old-fashioned and say, yeah, well, the future's going to kill the grocery stores too. Maybe, but I have a hard time seeing grocery stores dying, because it's not like, other items that you're just like, I'll buy it online. Food is...
Especially, like, produce and stuff,
run
man.
to the store and get food.
Yeah. That's why Amazon bought Whole Foods. Additional stores would give Amazon space to showcase its popular Echo line of devices, which run on the Alexa voice, blah, 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 blah. A bigger network of stores would put inventory closer to where shoppers live, potentially enabling quick delivery to e-commerce. So they're doing this. If they have brick and mortar places with certain things in stock, high demand things in stock, they could deliver it within the hour, is basically what the point of this would be. So they could, like, you could order something and it could be at your door within an hour.
That's pretty dope, though.
Yeah. So again, whether you like him or hate him, Bezos fucking took a fucking little online bookstore and turned it into a fucking humongous conglomerate.
It's pretty scary.
Yeah.
How big they are. I mean, it's pretty much at this point, and I'm not like Alex Jones here getting all tinfoil hat about it, but if those two were willing to work together, we'd be fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's pretty much like some futuristic,
Well, I do know that if I remember correctly, I do know that IBM, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, all of these people signed some sort of pact for making AI. Like, they're all going, because they're all working on AI, including Facebook. All of them are independently working on actual AI. And so they don't, so they can basically follow the laws of robotics so we don't have fucking Terminators.
But you can't do that. You're never going to be able to just say you're not allowed to do that. It's, you know what I mean? Some guy is going to take some knowledge and then go, oh, I know I could fucking put like a human brain in this thing. And, I don't trust them to sign a pact and go,
oh, no, I know.
Doing wrong. Still going to do evil shit.
Speaking of evil shit.
Some straight up Shadowrun shit going on.
Speaking of evil shit. You know how everyone was all invested in Bitcoin?
Yeah.
It's Bitcoin.
Yeah, man. Blockchain technology.
Pew.
The future.
Child pornography that researchers found in the blockchain could threaten Bitcoin's very existence.
What? I mean, I heard what? How did? Okay, that's not good.
These blockchains contain different things. They contain data, numbers. Some of them contain files, like pictures. Well, researchers found that, and at least the blockchain they were looking at, 274 links to child abuse and 142 of those links directed to the dark web. The researchers write, our analyst shows that certain content, illegal pornography, can render the mere possession of blockchain illegal, which means if you're Bitcoin mining, you could potentially have child pornography on you and not know it, because it's in the blockchain.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's you wouldn't know it unless you were to go into it, because that's the way it works. The way you mine, you're just data. You're mining data. According to the paper, 112 countries prohibit the possession. Okay, we know. Most blockchain models work like the original Bitcoin system, distribute ledger by acting as a node. Bitcoin miner businesses or enthusiasts run a node that updates the full ledger routinely throughout the day using Bitcoin software. The miners receive newly created Bitcoins by using their computers to essentially guess the solution to a complex equation. The first miner to guess right wins the new block and the chain is created. The larger the system is protected from fraud and remains consistent with the nodes, blah, 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 blah. So, this could be a humongous issue for Bitcoin because there's no way to fix it. There's no way to fix it. Once a blockchain is made, it's made, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, I'll be the first to admit my knowledge of Bitcoin and all that shit's pretty limited. But wouldn't this kill crypto? Period.
Yeah, because all blockchain is run like that.
But there's too much. I feel like there's too much money in it now for them to even do anything about it. There's too many rich white guys with fucking money in Bitcoin.
How about
now.
tinfoil hat? Tinfoil hat you.
Okay.
What if the bankers, man, are the ones that are pretending like there's child pornography on there just so they could kill the Bitcoin and re-centralize the government?
I don't know if the bankers want to kill Bitcoin because they now they see it as a thing they can sort of they're already getting their fucking dirty city folk hands all over it. Why would they want to kill it? They found a new thing to manipulate. They found a way to manipulate currency based on raw emotion. It's fucking. It's like Bitcoin is like a stock, but taking all of the relevant factors out of a stock. Fucking cash flow, inventory, assets, labor costs and all that, and then you combine it and you figure out the value of a company. This is just emotion. I mean, I get that there's a blockchain and there's technology behind it. That's great. But the price of it is based on emotion and perception. So I think the bankers love it because they're like, oh my God, we just found a way to cut all the building company shit and employing people completely out of the equation. Now we can make a bunch of money manipulating this made up shit.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point.
They've already got their dirty fucking greasy paws all over it.
So the pictures came out of of what we talked about first hour, the exploded car for the bomber had in Austin.
Yeah, but that looks like any teenager's car.
That's a good point. It's apparently a devout Christian family. More's coming out right now. No, the family had no idea.
Really?
Yeah, they really said they had no idea. Like the family, if you were to see a picture of the family, you'd be like, oh, well, here you go. That's him. Just like your normal family on vacation.
So, yeah, I mean, there's always a curiosity to these guys. Like, what is their fucking deal, man? What, it's
apparently he was planning to carry out more from what they're saying right now.
Was this guy, like, I want to find out more about him now. Was he one of these Nick Cruz guys where he's all fucking weird and shit, or was he a normal guy?
His extended relatives live in Colorado. The bomber's grandmother, Mary Conduit, who lives in Colorado, told CNN that she had never seen a sign of violence in him. If anything, he's low-key and peaceful, she said. He's from a family that's so tight, that works so hard to raise their children correctly. It's just horrible. So, again, so far I'm not seeing any white nationalist stuff. Our family's a normal family in every way. We love, we pray, we try to inspire and serve others. Right now, our prayers are for the families we've lost loved ones, for those impacted in the way, and for the souls of Mark. We are grieving and we are in shock. Conduit was homeschooled growing up with 3 young sisters. He attended Austin Community College from 2010 and 2012. When he was 15, he didn't graduate. He was fired from his sales job at a local business, Crux Manufacturing, in August last year after failing to meet expectations. Sounds like every fucking teenager. He had purchased property in Austin suburb of Pflugerville last year.
Pflugerville, I think it's
Pflugerville. Last year, neighbors told the statesman that he had been living in that home with several housemates prior to the bombing. His parents, Dan and Pat, live in the family home, a tidy white clapboard 2-story house not too far away. Yeah, this is one of those nobody fucking saw it coming kind of things.
That's fucking weird. Yeah, because he's even like, he looks way more normal than your average crazy white guy. You know what I mean? Even a 56%er like Nick Cruz has that weird, like, I'm not all there. This guy seems like he's pretty much on the level.
He said that among the items the bomber purchased at Home Depot were 5 signs saying caution children at play. He said he was told a tripwire bomb that injured 2 men in Austin on Sunday was tied to one of the signs. So he was tying them to caution children at play signs. Austin Police Chief Brian Manley said officers used closed circuit and cell phone data and witness accounts, store receipts to track the bomber to a hotel north of the city. So that's how they got him. Yeah, I mean, so far, maybe more stuff will come out since, who knows tomorrow what'll come out, but didn't really seem like he was a fucking nut job.
No, he's fucking smiling in the pictures and going on ski trips. Like Nick Cruz, you take one look at that kid and you're like, oh boy, nobody fucking dealt with that powder keg. This kid looks relatively normal. If I was a cop looking for the bomber, I'd have talked to that kid for 5 minutes and probably let him go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not the guy. I don't know if you're seeing what's going on in the chat.
No, what's going on?
All right, so apparently I'm not looking it up. Royce ain't looking it up. None of us are going to look it up.
No.
Apparently there is a thread on Poll. And apparently they dug up pictures of Emma Gonzalez that would technically be not legal to view.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so that's why everybody was like, did you see it? And I'm like, I'm not.
Fuck no. No.
Because at first somebody went, did anybody see that thread about Emma Gonzalez on Poll? So I started jumping. I'm like, yeah, no, I want to see it. Like, I love Poll. And then they said that. I'm like, oh, boy, I ain't fucking looking at that. What are they doing over there, man?
I don't know.
They need to get a fucking, I like 4chan and everything, but they're going to need to really fucking start tightening up over there because there's a lot of
I mean, to be fair, it could be one person. Like, that's the thing with it. Like, how 4chan is. It could be one person doing it,
Yeah, so be advised, be cautious out there, folks. I'm now that I know, I'm not gonna.
Well, shit.
That's pretty bad, dude.
Fuck.
It's all
and it's I don't like Emma Gonzalez. I don't, but come on, man. She's like, don't do that shit. Like, what happened? They probably hacked something with their pictures on it or something?
That, or I would say probably, I mean, this is going to be a guess. Because, look, I did that shit in high school. Mm-hmm. We already had computers and shit back then. We were already...
Yeah.
I probably already traded things when I was a kid that would be technically now
Well, of course, but you were a kid.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. I'm 16, she's 15, whatever, and you're exchanging stuff. So I'm sure that was the case.
I got it.
It's probably like another classmate she was fooling around with, whatever. And then probably either somebody she had a falling out with, or honestly, there's probably a bounty right now on dirt on any of these fuckers.
Yeah, that's
these
true.
Kids. And it's probably not, hey, can you get me nudes? It's probably get me anything you can get me. It's just like with Weinstein, just like over the years with any kind of allegation thing, you go, who is it that's doing it? All right, find me every arrest, everything that person's ever done. So they probably had that, but that now means that, trust me, dude, first of all, none of you guys want to catch a CP charge. That's really bad. Number two, if you think that they have put the boots to people over these two kids, before now, I wouldn't recommend getting involved in that whole transmitting of that shit because they are going to destroy people to protect those kids.
Yeah. Speaking of, you saw the Kyle Kashev guy was supposed to be on, the kid was supposed to be on a CNN show, and then he retweeted something about the host, and they rescinded the interview?
No.
Swear to God.
Did you see the clip of him saying that there was also a clip of David Hogg saying he was
I have that too.
Talking about House of Cards. And he was like, yeah, it's just like real life. I swear to God.
Did he really?
Yeah. There was something I saw on Twitter about it. He was saying something about, he described a scene in Game of Thrones, and he's like, yeah, that
Game of Thrones or House of Cards?
He was basically saying that Game of Thrones is based on I'm sorry, House of Cards is based on real life.
Yeah, here it is. Pro Parkland student CNN canceled interview over retweet calling anchor fake news hypocrite. We told you, Kyle, to tighten up. We've been telling you. You're going out there on Twitter and just and dude, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
No,
it's retweet after tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet. Calm down, man.
It is, dude. Don't go full Jamie Kilstein. Don't go full Anthony Cumia. Don't let your fucking, he lost another account too. Now he's on account number 3. There are people out there, and I guarantee you, mark my words, within the next 2 weeks, because Anthony Cumia just made a new account like yesterday, the day before. Within 2 weeks, he will have over 1,000 tweets. I guarantee it. Mark my words. Some people have this weird dopamine addiction, and it's like, I finally have attention. I can get attention every 2 seconds. Don't, Kyle, stop. Breathe a little bit. Calm down. You get addicted to that shit. It starts getting a little out of control.
Cassius said that he was booked to appear on Brooke Baldwin's afternoon show on the News Network, but took exception to his retweeting a story that called the host fake news hypocrite. So they canceled it. And now he doesn't get to be on the news.
You can't. Listen, bro. You are the one that decided you wanted to be a mainstream app shilling news network mainstream guy. Those guys don't act like outsiders.
No.
And don't take shots.
No.
You can't have both, bud. Even the guys, the right wingers that they bring on to CNN are fucking cucks. They're not people that you would never see some of like when you go to CNN, like we have former CIA Republican guy, and he's like there with CNN, harump.
Well,
you're
actually,
not going to
Bill,
see that guy tweeting about CNN people and being like fucking fake news asshole. No, it's bread and butter, bro.
Yeah.
You can't burn any of those bridges. You got to be nice to Fox News and CNN, and they'll both have you on like the looking good on the camera, little darling that you are, but you can't. You can't be Mr. Tweet. You can't be Mr. Twitter fingers.
Well,
even Alex Jones doesn't go. You notice that Alex Jones has toned down his.
He's evolved
considerably over the years.
Well, let's speak on the other side. David Hogg says he must use his white privilege to speak for black people on gun control.
Yeah. Well, jury's still out on that whiteness. All right.
We aren't pushing a liberal or conservative agenda here, Hogg stated. We are pushing an agenda to save lives and the future of America. The lobbyist group like the NRA, they can buy our politicians, but they can't buy our voices as American citizens. We need to realize that because we don't have a democracy, we have a dictatorship.
Okay, but you understand that your voices do not buy our guns.
In a dictatorship, you wouldn't be speaking so openly. You know that, right, Dave? There's a lot of racial disparity in the way this is covered. If this happened in a place of lower socioeconomic status, yeah, that's not a talking point he was fed. Or places like a black community, no matter how well those people spoke, I don't think... Is he being racist? Hold on, let me read this again. There's a lot of racial disparity in the way that this is covered up. If this happened in a place of lower socioeconomic status, or a place like a black community, no matter how well those people spoke... Who says they don't speak well, Dave? Why are you?
Boy.
What are you implying, Dave?
Oh boy,
No, seriously.
Speak so well. That's like 1980s racism, nigga. Like you need to dial that shit back, dog.
I don't think the media would cover it in the
What
same.
is wrong with you?
We have to use our white privilege now to make sure that all of the voices and all of the people have died as a result of this haven't been covered the same, can be heard. It's sad, but it's true.
You know what I love about the left building these kids up, giving them a platform and letting them just be all stream of consciousness, is that they reveal the ignorance, the racism, and the complete idiocy of the left, because the more you let them talk, they're just like, yeah, I mean, if they were black people, no matter how well they spoke, those goddamn savages.
I know, it's like...
They're not going to care because they're black, because they're gross and black.
Jesus, Dave, relax.
Jesus, Dave, relax a little bit.
Kamala, look at that creature.
Got a little bit of that old school Democrat coming out of David Hogg.
Jesus, Dave.
I don't even want to be here next to this one over here. Get the fucking Emma Gonzalez next to me.
50s Democrat David Hogg. Holy shit, dude.
This one's too dark to be sitting next to me. The point is,
Christ,
in order to save and preserve white children's lives, we need to go for it. David Hogg's like, what the fuck?
Overnight becomes the alt-right darling.
But no guns, though.
No guns.
They would hate him.
Hey, guy, you know what, Mike? Let's move on to something. Something's going to make you happy. Danny Boyle to make a feminist James Bond.
But why, though?
The filmmaker announced that his longtime collaborator, John Hodge, who scripted the Train Spotting, were working on a screenplay for Bond 25, promising to modernize the franchise.
Great.
Although he is keeping his cards close to his chest, stating that he would be a fool if he revealed any spoilers, Boyle did add that the series will evolve to address the Me Too and Time's Up movement.
You realize that fucking James Bond is a martini drinking, Aston Martin driving. This nigga's got laser watches and shit. All the women he fucking bangs are named after vaginas. What the fuck, man? Why you messing with my Bond?
You write in real time, you acknowledge the legacy of the world of Bond, and you write in the world, but you also write in the modern world.
Look, I was going to let you have the Black Bond. I was okay with that.
I'm fine with an Idris Elba as Bond.
But don't... That's James Bond.
Yes.
James Bond is a guy who's essentially a glorified government assassin who travels around, kills bad guys, and fucks broads.
You think he's going to ask for consent before he kisses girls now? I'm going to kiss you. Is that okay? Yeah, it's fine.
I'm angry about this.
He gets killed immediately.
He's not even going to fucking drink martinis anymore. It's going to be wheatgrass. Some kind of fucking, it's be gin from a mason jar. Maybe
He won't, and he won't have a gun either. He's not going to have a gun.
It's fucking hipster James Bond.
He doesn't have a gun. He has a rape whistle. It's going to be wonderful.
Well, I mean, honestly, if you think about it, though, it's very much in tune with the new England anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
So you might as well, you have a cucked England, you might as well have a cucked Bond. So just give it
He
to
gets
him.
one of those face shields for acid. All the stuff that Q gives him is really practical.
He only kills one guy in the movie, and it's just because they were being transphobic.
That's the only, and he fucking beats the hell out of him.
This is so sad. He should just make a Muslim at this point.
What? No, because then the whole misogyny thing would come right back up. You go full circle then.
What are you guys going to do in Europe? That brings up a good point. It just goes in a circle.
It's a circle.
It's like, we need more Muslims.
Okay.
We need to get rid of misogyny.
Cool. But you can't do both.
And we can't have gay people being mean to gay people and trans people.
But
also, we're bringing in 10,000 more Muslims.
It's both?
But be less homophobic people.
Are we not going to be allowed in the UK now?
Just found out we got 10,000 more Muslims coming in.
It's a lot.
So cool it with the fucking anti-Semitic remarks.
Oh, you fucking
so
Patrick Bateman.
I love so many of you in Europe, but you're so fucked.
Well, did you want to move on to what happened with Kurt Metzger on Rogan?
Oh, yeah, why not? This fucking clown. So Kurt Metzger, personally, was one of my favorite comedians, especially back when I was in New York doing comedy. He's one of my favorites. But he's a bit of a dick. He's not one of my favorite people. He's still one of my favorite comics. He wrote for Amy Schumer.
Mm-hmm.
He also was the head writer for Inside Amy Schumer, her horrible Comedy Central show that got accused of stealing sketches from Mad TV. Amy was also accused of stealing material during her stand-up, and he was on Rogan 2 days ago, and Rogan decided to bring it up.
But they would go at him, fake me. Oh, when Patton Oswalt's wife died, somebody as me sends him a thing with his dead wife photoshopped in the Ghostbusters poster.
Oh, Jesus
And like,
Christ.
he did your shitty on, because they all, my whole thing was, you don't know what's funny. So don't, if I tell you, it was that whole joke thief shit there. I'm like, listen, I was there, and also I know comedy, and I know better than you jerk off at home. So if I tell you, just think I know better. I just put it that way. Maybe that's arrogant, but I just been doing it for 20 years.
Maybe it's arrogant.
That's
It's arrogant.
very arrogant.
It's extremely
That
arrogant.
is very arrogant. And by the way, I think he's funny. I think Metzger can be very funny.
Metzger's fucking hilarious.
Right.
But he's a shit person.
Never had the balls to get on stage. So I think I just know better. They're outraged.
You're fighting with someone who's not even here. Nobody even knows what you're fighting over right there. You just started some joke thief fight. No one has any idea what the fuck you're saying.
Alt-right guys is when I defended Amy.
Right.
Amy.
The only reason that you defended Amy to alt-right guys is because you were caught stealing jokes.
And also, they weren't alt-right guys.
No.
Do you know who went after you, Kurt? And who went after your precious fair maiden, Amy Schumer? Comedy fans.
Yes.
Comedy fans.
Correct.
Who were outraged that on top of becoming SJW pandering faggots, you also started pilfering material from other comics. That's who was. It wasn't alt-right guys. It wasn't people with Pepe pictures. Enough of this fucking scapegoating horse shit.
Me, and I had people like lecture, and I'm like, don't presume to tell me shit. But they're outraged. But the same as the social jihadis, they all think they can. The same reason I became a comic.
What's he on? He's
Energy
really
drinks.
hyped up.
Like I could do that. So they all, but at least I did it.
Oh, okay. Some crazy energy drinks.
You know, if you get on stage and do it, I'll give it to you. But these people think they can do your job.
But hold on a second. In their defense, they're looking at a film that shows time after time bits that
Gavin made to specifically fuck her because she said, I play a racist Republican.
What?
It doesn't matter who made the video, and we don't even like Gavin here. We make fun of Gavin a lot. But it doesn't matter who made the video. If you look, and specifically the Mad TV sketch is the most damning one.
Yeah, that one.
If you look at the Mad TV sketch and then the Amy Schumer thing,
it's dead on.
It's 100% the same bit, the same joke, the same premise.
And it wasn't, again, going back to the alt-right thing, Gavin McInnes and the alt-right guys. Kurt, do you understand you're so stunningly out of touch that you had me sitting in the studio yesterday off air defending Gavin McInnes?
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be in a position where I have to defend Gavin McInnes about anything, all right? Butt plug McGinnis is fucking on my list anyway, but you're incorrect there, bud.
The little YouTube video where they took movies, fucking the show, which, by the way, she doesn't write the show. It was ridiculous, and it was exactly what the fucking SJWs did to me, where they don't like they think you have an agenda they got to destroy, so they create this fucking
breathe, buddy.
You know, like a smear job.
But wait
like
a minute, wait a
now.
minute. There were bits that were exactly the same.
You
as
mean
bits
very
that were on
mediocre
other,
bits that
But hold
anyone
on,
would have thought of?
Dude.
Breathe. Calm down. First of all, if they're so terrible and mediocre, why is she doing them in her fucking special and on her Comedy Central show?
Yeah. You're admitting that they're mediocre? On top of that, God, I wish I could play them the side by side, but I know we'll get popped for it. That's why I'm not gonna.
So you admit that they're mediocre bits, but also everybody who criticizes the mediocre bits are fucking alt-right, right? They're all evil alt-right trolls. You know what the worst part is? Remember when Amy Schumer got the entire... Dude, Amy Schumer's last special was so badly received, so low rated.
Netflix had to change their rating system.
They didn't change it. They got rid of it.
They got rid of it completely. You're right.
They got rid. So now, let's say two guys are make an indie flick, and they're lucky enough to get it on Netflix, right? People used to find shit they'd never watch because it had a bunch of 5 stars, and you'd be like, well, all right, I've never heard of this. A lot of people rated it high. Nope, can't discover any of those people anymore because Amy Schumer decided the alt-right trolls hijacked Netflix, made her look bad.
Yeah, I mean, here, let's put a little more.
Rank 2 caveman nitros, and you're talking to me this way.
I do. I knew this, but you're.
By the way,
these are
I feel like I'm
bits.
going to run through the wall and
I
leave a
know.
Kurt-shaped imprint.
I can
I
tell.
am so
Stop trying to change the
You
subject.
gotta
Drink
get
Kool-Aid. You gotta
Drink
get some
water.
Kool-Aid.
caveman nitro.
But you're arguing against someone who's not even here.
Well,
right?
I was trying to bring up why they were going at me. That's why.
But the problem with what you're saying is they have evidence.
Hold on. I found something we could play. That's safe. Here you go. This is the video that Gavin made, according to him. But it wasn't Gavin, by the way, but this is the video he's referring to.
How's this? Oh, that's perfect.
That's Mad
We can
TV,
ring you
then.
up right over there. Thanks so much. Sure.
Amy Schumer?
Okay, I'm Bengi. If you need any other sizes, you please let me know, all right?
Okay.
There you go.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Great.
All right, did somebody help you
That's
with this?
Keegan.
Yeah, she's right over.
Oh, Peel. Peel, sorry. Racist.
Oh, she's not there.
Did someone help you today?
Yeah,
Who was it? You know, I don't see him.
Oh, that's okay. What did she look like?
she's dark hair. She was wearing a blazer.
Oh, yeah, all the girls are wearing blazers.
Yeah, but this was a green one.
Yeah, that's the uniform.
Do you know what he looks like?
Yeah, he is wearing like a vest or like a plaid shirt, I feel like.
I don't know what everyone who works here wore today.
He had short hair, so that'll probably.
It's real pretty, young. She had beautiful, smooth skin.
Do it. Just that. He's black eyes.
He has black eyes?
Yeah, he had black eyes.
So he's black pupils?
If she had a favorite president, it would probably be Lincoln.
That's just confusing.
So, tell me, again, that was a fucking coinky-dink.
Here's the thing, bro. The problem is, you don't get it. It's Gavin and his alt-right troll brigade, right? He made this video, and then all these brainwashed. It's just like when Kurt was dealing with the SJWs, bro. And they come after you, and they make things up.
They're looking at one bit, and it's exactly the same as another bit.
If I look at the evidence and I come to a different conclusion, let's go with my conclusion because I was there.
What about due process?
It's
yeah, because you don't get it, civilian. Because us stand-up comics, we know better.
Fuck you, dude.
Look, man.
Fuck you.
There's all these like civilians out there, and they want to like tell you how to do comedy and stuff. Look here, guy. Buy your little ticket. Sit in your stupid seat. Stupid.
And the guys who
don't have Twitter accounts. You fucking civilians. You losers. You pieces of shit.
Owen Benjamin's there.
That's not enough. That's not enough. That's not enough to convince someone. Oh,
Dude,
just trust me.
Do you think we in the writers' room?
Isn't that like some authoritative sheriff type shit? Just trust me.
Hey,
isn't
I'm not going to them. To the sheriff.
Second.
You're not going to them because you're the one that's being accused, stupid.
It's like, I'm not going and turning myself in for rape. I'm not telling these people about how I'm raping. No, usually the rapee, not the raper.
I'm not going to them. They're coming to me.
But you're
if
saying,
I was going to
just trust me. I'm watching this video. I'm watching these jokes. They're being repeated. You're saying, just trust me.
What jokes are you talking? I'm talking about sketches people claimed were taken,
yes.
which is nonsense. I was in the room. I was the fucking.
Saying you were in the room, bro. Literally we just played them back to back. It's not like one of those things you go parallel thinking. That was kind of the same. It was the same.
He's panicking.
Exact.
He's panicking. You've had like a year to formulate a story about this, and you're panicking.
Cop of the room with that shit.
Okay, but that doesn't mean anything.
No one watched Mad TV in the room. Sorry.
Stop.
I watched Mad TV.
I watched Mad TV as well. Many people watched Mad TV for many years.
SNL had some fucking slow nights where you would pop on Mad TV, of course.
Yeah, many people watched it for many more years than Inside Amy Schumer and on a network.
A lot of people, Key and Peele both came out of there. Will Sasso, who was fucking great, he came out of there.
Borstein, Mo Collins,
impression guy, Caliendo,
Bobby Lee.
Yeah,
fucking who cares? Nobody watched Mad TV. Am I right? Maybe they, maybe they should have. Then they would have went, "Wow, this sketch is stolen."
Yeah, doesn't mean anything because the bit still got on the air. See what I'm saying? Like you might not.
But it didn't happen intentionally.
Listen, it doesn't matter. That's what you have to say. That's not what you're saying.
I did say that.
Who doesn't love Joe Rogan, by the way? Can we just say?
Yeah.
Because he's not a combative person, but he's not a guy who lets people off the hook. It's like, no, we need to explain this. I'm not going to let this go.
No, he does. Yeah, you're right.
No.
But that's not a joke, thievery.
You can't say that these people don't have actual examples of the same bits over and over again. If it's parallel thinking, that's fine. But it has to be explained.
That's what I said.
But you didn't really. See, the whole thing about
you
this
mean
is
just now or at the time? I'm very confused.
I'm very confused. The whole thing from the top down.
Well, look, I don't give a shit about it, by the way.
You don't give a shit about it? You give a lot of shit about it. You're losing your mind over it. Because the thing, and you're talking, by the way,
fucking panicking.
You're also talking to Rogan, the king of getting comic thieves. Like that's how he got. Look, Rogan's big, but at least comic wise, he became bigger because of the Mencia thing. That's a fact.
Oh yeah,
that's a fact. So you're talking to the guy who made his bones on somebody taking his material. And look, I'm not going to speak for him, but he seems to take it seriously,
Kurt Metzger has always been a pretty wound up guy.
Yeah.
This is the most wound up I've ever seen him.
See the evidence, right? You have to You have to be real clear and non-confrontational when you're handling something like that.
But, dude, I won't. First of all, number one, the larger issue is I never should be on social media talking to any of these fucks at all, explaining it. I don't owe any of you, anybody listening, if you have a question or a judgment, I don't owe you an explanation for shit.
I understand.
I don't know where the fuck
you don't. You absolutely don't. But guess what?
We're going to call you a joke thief.
We're going to call you a joke thief then. If you're not going to give an explanation, then you're going to be called the thing. Hey, I know that we're just civilians, like Mike said.
Hey, Kurt, if you get accused of something, right, and they press charges, and they demand that you arrive at a courtroom and you answer those charges, if you respond to the court with, I don't have to answer for shit, you are found guilty. That's how everything works in life.
This is the court of public opinion, Kurt. You might not think you owe anybody anything, but you know what you're doing? You are narrowing the people because you shit on SJW, so they're not going to like you. You're going to fucking shit on the people on the right. You're going to shit on everybody? Nobody wants to be labeled a joke thief. That's the worst thing.
Second worst thing.
Well, the first, as Ronnie B says, gay is the worst thing to call a man.
Worst thing you can call a man.
But
joke thief is the
second worst thing.
Well, third worst, because then you got the other one.
Oh, yeah. All right, so the third worst thing.
IHOP patrons.
Yes.
You got the idea that I do. So I was wrong that I even fucking had an answer at all, because you have people, hey, joke thief. Really, that's the word about me.
The only reason if there wasn't so much overwhelming evidence, you probably would just ignore it. But the problem is, it's overwhelming evidence.
And they just want to see I'll talk back to them.
Most of these animals can't believe you're speaking to them. Think that you did steal it, and you got to.
Most of these animals can't believe you're speaking to them. Do you know why Joe Rogan is as big as he is, and you all aren't?
He probably does testosterone replacement therapy.
No, he definitely does. He's talked about it.
Yeah, and then probably good workout regimen.
Yeah, but the reason he's so successful is because he doesn't call everyone that listens to him fucking stupid. You idiot! What is wrong with you? Who are you? Who are you catering to now?
Explain how this was parallel thinking.
Yeah,
there's going to be a bunch of people.
Many times I did.
I know, but a lot of people haven't heard it, and you're blurting it out like that. Someone's arguing you in the room.
Oh, I'm just trying.
You're also pro-rape.
First of all, guys, here's one thing I want to make clear. I am pro-rape.
Yeah, change subject, and let's all laugh. Listen, Kurt, you got caught. That's what happened. Better off to own up to it at this point.
You thought you were going to get,
but you got got.
I mean, it sucks, man. You know, look,
Yeah.
you got a deadline. You fucking, I get it. Trying to crush it out, get these TV sketches.
Yeah,
in.
and you probably thought no one's going to remember Mad TV.
But also, I don't think Kurt Metzger's a joke thief. I'm genuine. I believe that Kurt Metzger may have never seen that sketch. Fine, but you have to say, look, somebody
saw it.
Oh no, I get it. But what I'm saying is, I don't think he wrote that sketch. Obviously, it's a room of writers. And somebody was like, what if we do this sketch? And everybody's like, that was pretty good. Let's do it. But now you have to own up and go, yeah, look, somebody pitched it. Clearly, it's the same sketch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And we didn't know.
My bad.
But the way he's talking, I feel like he did pitch it.
Yeah, but you see, I was there, okay? I was in the room, and I would know a little better than you fucking civilian douchebag jerk-off.
Jesus.
You fucking loser. You probably fucking have some regular union job. You go home and, fuck your wife and hang around your kids that love you, you fucking loser, piece of shit garbage.
I just asked if you would sign my CD.
Civilian.
My CD.
No, I'm not going to fucking sign your CD.
Sorry.
I didn't steal any jokes.
No one.
Amy Schumer's a lovely woman.
She's a handsome woman.
A handsome woman.
Such a handsome woman.
She blocked me, by the way.
Amy?
Yeah, on Twitter.
Why? What happened?
Probably for the years of abuse I've hurled her way. But she didn't block me for the longest time. And then when I wrote this article, I was going to tag her in it. And then I was like, whoops-a-daisy.
She was my, on her normie Facebook account was actually this before she became famous. Like when she was opening up for Norton, literally was friends with her on Facebook. And for a long time, every time I would talk shit about her, I would always tag her.
I remember that.
I would tag
No,
her.
I remember that. You would tag her, and then we would all write in the comments.
Hey, you.
She would just get bombarded with updates of like, what a piece of shit she was.
Yeah, but
I would get her on Twitter a lot too, and I know like I made fun of her with the Stone Cold thing, and we made fun of her that segment on Hippo Juice, way long time ago, and we battered her relentlessly.
Oh my god! If you want to hear that, that's I think on your account, the all the comics, quote unquote, calling in to bash Amy Schumer.
It wasn't pleasant.
Was one of the funniest things.
Fucking John did a great Gilbert.
Yeah.
John does a phenomenal Gilbert Gottfried because he doesn't do the yelly one. He does calm Gilbert.
He does calm
which
Gilbert.
Is
Yeah.
really not as easy to do.
Let's see.
But yeah, we essentially like when she got caught stealing jokes. It had been years. I hadn't been doing radio, but Royce was still doing Hippo Juice, which you can catch tonight.
Oh yeah, tonight 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock.
My morning radio thing works.
But yeah, they were doing their show, and they told me that they were covering it. So I was like, yeah, I'll just do some of my dumb impressions. And then we just tried to see how many we could do, even ones we'd never tried before. So me and John were just calling in and taking turns.
It was fucking amazing. I'll post a link in the comment of the video. It's too long. It's a 25-minute bit because we went fucking ham on that one. But if you guys want to check it out, there it is. One more quick one because then we got to go. We've come up towards the end. D.C. City Council member blames snowfall on Jews. A member of the Washington, D.C. City Council blamed Friday's snowfall in the nation's capital on Jews, claiming they control the weather.
And who is this base gentleman? How can I vote for? How can I contribute to his campaign? Oh, that was not what I was expecting.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Trayon White, who is not.
He looks like the guy from in the wheelchair from Oz.
Trayon White Sr. was driving through Southwest D.C. when he filmed the video on Facebook of light snowflakes falling, and he then espoused a conspiracy theory. The Washington Post reports, man, it just started snowing out of nowhere. This morning, y'all better pay attention to this climate control, man. This is climate manipulation, White said. I don't know if he talks like that. And DC keep talking about we resilient city, and that's a model base of the Rothschilds controlling the climate to create natural disasters they can pay to the cities. Man, be careful.
I mean, is he totally wrong or?
Man, it just started snowing out of nowhere this morning.
I nailed his fucking voice. Hell yeah.
Pretty dead on.
Hell yeah. I found the video. I nailed it. God damn it. I had not even heard this yet. No lie.
Man, it just started snowing out of nowhere this morning, man. Y'all better pay attention to this climate control, man. This climate manipulation. And DC keep talking about we're a resilient city. Man, that's a model based off the Rothschilds controlling the climate to create natural disasters they can pay for it and own the cities, man. Be careful.
First off, the natural disasters was earthquake and typhoon.
Yeah. And second of all, Tayon, you're getting your fucking conspiracy theories all mixed up.
Yeah, you too many. There's too many going.
It's like mixing. You know what it is? It would be like, honestly, it would be like going to a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching. It'd be like going to see Avengers: Infinity War. Or what's the new one?
Yeah, Infinity War.
Infinity War. You're watching the Avengers, right? And out of nowhere, fucking Batman just pops on screen, starts fucking people up. You can't mix your shit up. It starts getting very confusing.
It's too much. It's too much.
The whole Jews with the weather thing, I'm with you on that. The Rothschilds, they're bad. I got you. Rothschild, bad. Jews, weather. I got it. But I don't know what that has to do with that.
Anyway, everybody knows that if there was any weather manipulation, Ventura would have caught it. He did go out to the Heart Machine himself. And
I went there personally, and they didn't let me in. I had to stand outside and film a lot of B footage for the show.
Did you tell him you were a former Navy SEAL? Because that usually helps.
We didn't really have any moments for the episode trailer. It was really terrible.
Yeah.
But now I ride around in Mexico. I do my show out there with my satellite phone and my motorcycle.
He went from a governor to a conspiracy theorist, and now he's basically Mad Max, just fucking roaming the land on his motorcycle.
He's literally a John Bon Jovi song come to life.
Oh, God. Time to wrap up.
No! Okay, fine.
Yes.
Here it is, guys. Right? We do this show. We do it every day. Put a lot of effort into it. So, we need you and your continued support to help get. We're like a foul-mouthed NPR.
Yes.
We need your help. RevengeOfTheSis.com/donate. You can do Patreon, PayPal, Venmo, all that. You can click on those Amazon banners anytime you do some shopping. Go to our website, click the banner first, then do your shopping. That helps us out significantly. And like, subscribe, share, rate us 5 stars on iTunes, and invite your friends to like our Facebook page. What else?
See Thomas Howell on Bandcamp today for the music. Make sure to check that out. We'll be back tomorrow. See you guys.